AMC is charging more for the Batman tickets. The new Batman movie called The Batman, which I've heard mixed. I'm not excited. I'm not excited for this movie. I hope it's good. Let's put it that way. Like, I enjoy the character. I enjoy seeing good movies, and it's very disappointing that the fact that it's more likely that this is going to be a bad movie, considering the fact that just how it's an anomaly when a DC movie comes out from Warner Brothers that's actually good. It happens every once in a while, but most of the stuff is garbage. Now, I tend to put a lot of that blame, that garbage creation, on the shoulders of Zack Snyder. I don't think he is very good, and keeps proving to be not very good as a director, as a storyteller. So the fact that he's not attached to this in any way gives me more hope. Obviously, James Gunn has done an amazing job with not only The Peacemaker, which is a great show, but also The Suicide Squad, which was an amazing amount of fun, exponentially better than the first one that came out a few years prior. So it can be done, but I don't know. We'll see. Batman. I'm also I have a fatigue with superheroes. So there's also that. You have to get over my fatigue, not only just with superheroes, but with, like, Batman. Like, there's been some good Batmans. There's been a lot of bad Batman movies. And, like, I don't know. It's just it's so inconsistent. And I think, obviously I'm not going to go to an AMC, not that there's an AMC anywhere around here, but, I'll wait. It'll probably be, things hit streaming pretty quick now, so I'm sure in a month or two it'll be on HBO Max, and I'll watch it then, and I'll review it then, and I hope I'll like it. But if it's not, I'm not going to shy away from not talking shit. Similarly, AMC, a company that received a ton of support during the pandemic from investors, basically people that manipulated the stock market with not only AMC but GameStop. Just a bunch of people decided to, they turned them into pyramid schemes, basically. Like, everybody kind of, like, invested early, and they're like, okay, we're going to promote this thing, and we're going to get it. We're just going to pump this shit up. And then they dumped it, doing basically what Elon Musk does. Elon Musk can manipulate the markets just the same way. It just takes a lot more people coming together and organizing, which some people can come together and organize to do these small things. But there's, like, So AMC benefited from that. They benefited from all of those people. Maybe, I don't know I don't know how much the stock fell or whatever. But they definitely are one of the few, movie companies, or the theater companies, to still be around. And they're doing this, which is something that I've never heard of a movie theater doing. Obviously, they have different ticket prices depending on the type of screening. You go to a theater, you're going to pay more for 3D. You're going to pay more for, like, the 4DX ones where they have, like, the rumble seats and stuff. But to charge based on the movie, and just one company, so they're basically in a time where, like, I'm sure movie theaters are still not, like, raking in the audiences. I mean, there's still a lot of people that don't want to go to movie theaters. I'm sure there's still a bunch of people that do. Obviously, I mean, Spider-Man broke records, but it's like, it's the market for going to movies is so different now. We're, like, so far from back to normal, from, like, people just not being influenced by a pandemic with their choices to either go or not go see a movie, that, I mean, price gouging. I mean, if people want to go see it, I guess they would be willing to pay more for it. But you're going to, like, how that affects your brand, AMC, people aren't applauding this. I don't think people are outraged either, but I would imagine if I'm a regular AMC guy, and I don't have like their subscription service, which is that I think is more of the model that will kind of take over, is like just getting a subscription, like a movie pass type of a thing. Regal had one that I was on that was awesome back when I went and saw movies in theaters. But there's so much stuff that gets released on streaming. I don't need to go to a movie theater, and there's no point in me putting myself, maybe during the summer when all the people who are travel to the desert during the winter time when everybody goes and it's just hot and, miserable. I might go see a movie then when there's like nobody in the theaters. But I don't know if I'm signing up for one of those movie pass things again. I don't know if I'm going that often anytime soon. But if you're a big AMC guy and you're not part of their AMC Plus or whatever they call it, I'd be mad, man. I'd be like, what? Because they're going to you have to see the price. It's got to be displayed somewhere, I would assume. I wonder how much more they're charging. Does it say? Adam Aaron, CEO of AMC Entertainment, said tickets for The Batman will cost more than other movies when it opens this week as the chain experiments with variable pricing. Quote, currently, our prices for The Batman are slightly higher than the theaters at the same time. What? Currently the price for The Batman is slightly higher than the prices we are charging for other movies playing in the same theater. Okay, but that's not higher than some movies. So it's like higher than 3D movies? That's a very vague statement. That doesn't say anything. Aaron said during a webcast following quarterly earnings, he said the move follows a few years after it successfully raised weekend pricing above midweek levels at some of its U.S. locations. I've seen theaters do that. More in the link in the bio. So he very vague as far as, I mean, that could be it's slightly higher pricing than the premium screenings, like it costs a little bit more than IMAX, or just because that didn't necessarily mean standard screening. I don't know. Very like specific wording to that, I'm sure, is intentional. I mean, whatever, I guess, helps theaters stay in business. I love movie theaters. If I'm in a slightly different financial situation, or if the pandemic actually starts to go away, I would love to go back to movies. It's like the best way to experience movies, in my opinion. I mean, especially different genres of movies. Comedies are best in a packed theater. Horror movies, maybe not a packed theater. Actually, an empty theater is kind of scary. But theaters in general, I mean, I turn my phone off. Like, the sound is amazing. Obviously, picture quality is going to be amazing. So it's like the kind of the best way to experience a movie. So yeah, I like that aspect of it. But, and if they're going to do that, I guess it's interesting. They're trying new stuff. I'm curious to know what the pricing is. It's like, is it $20 instead of like the normal price is $10 and their IMAX are $18, so this is only $2 more than their IMAX movies, but then it's twice as much as like that would mean a lot because you're charging $20 more. Come on. And also, where are they price gouging? Where can you get away with that? Because where I saw the different pricings for during the week and on the weekend was at like a very slow theater. that I love to go to because nobody was there, which I don't even know if that's opening. I think that closed.